selected members from our 8th grade choir who will perform a piece called Walk a Little Slower, My Friend. Thank you, 8th grade choir. Earlier in the spring, the 8th graders had an opportunity to submit a proposal to be a class speaker. We had many students prepare and submit excellent speeches. Today you are going to hear two. Our first one is Rebecca Cooper. You're right behind me. Is the height okay?
Hello, OMS. I'm Rebecca, although some of you may know me as Becca, or Becca the Spicy Klutz, or Michigan Fan, or Cooper, or my many other nicknames. But today is not about me. Well, I mean, it is about me, but it's also about all of us graduating 8th grade. We have overcome so much to be here today. Some of us completed online learning last year. Some of us went back in person, but even then we didn't have a normal middle school schedule. Surprisingly, Some of us might have found this year even more difficult. Middle school is hard enough already, and we had a unique experience that no one else sitting here had during middle school. We experienced these middle school days in the midst of a global pandemic. This is the time of our lives when friendships change, school lives change, and we change. This is the time where we might make mistakes, but we have the chance to learn and grow from those mistakes. We will always have the chance to learn from our mistakes, but here we also have the chance to reflect on it. I know I've made quite a few mistakes this year that I wish I hadn't. I mean, who hasn't in middle school? There's probably so many things we've said or done that we regretted later, like not doing homework, not studying, saying something to a teacher, friend, or parent. But there's also probably at least one thing you did right this year. One thing where you can say that was me who did that and I'm proud of it. It could be something like making something in art class, getting a good grade, helping make someone's life just a little easier. Or maybe you did something this year just for you. But it's not one of these moments that make up our middle school experience. It's the mess ups, the cleanups, the bad, the good, the hurt, the makeup. It's all of it. That's what makes up our middle school experience. We might not remember it all, but we will remember it nonetheless. No matter what happened these past 2 years, no matter how it turned out, we can say we got through it together. Not only will we be closer by going to middle school together, but we did it together during the COVID pandemic. The resilience and perseverance we had through the pandemic and just middle school in general is what we will bring to high school with us. It is what we will bring to face the rest of the world with us. So as we move on to high school, another phase of our lives, we will still see these faces for at least another 4 years. And over those 4 years, these faces will change and grow. And so will all of us. As a teacher of mine told the class at the beginning of the year, 7th grade is when we're many versions of our parents. 8th grade is when we're many versions of our future adult selves. Let's not just be any adults, but ones that are going to stand up for what they believe in. The ones who are going to be the best versions of themselves out there. Those are the adults we can and will strive to be. Let's go out there and make a difference, OMS. Thank you.
Thank you, Becca. At this time, we will introduce to you our 8-0 team 8th grade graduates. So 8th grade connections teachers, I'm going to have you come forward while I explain what this is going to look like. Each 8th grade connections teacher will introduce their connections students. We ask that you hold your applause to the end of each connections. Otherwise, we're going to be here a really long time. And then in a little bit, we'll do the other half of the grade. Students, when you hear your connections teacher call your name, you will stand up and you will stay standing until your entire connections has been introduced, and then we'll applaud you.
All right. I'm Miss Burton, and this is my connections. It's really little. Brock Antonevich, Shelby Brown, Willa Bushman, Keaton DiMartino, Ava Donaldson, Henry Faber, Alec Head, Austin Lopez, Danica Marshall, Camila Natera Velasquez, Anjali O'Rourke, Julia Reitmeyer, Reese Riley, Atticus Ruland, Alexa Salgado, Jack Trunzo, and Layla Straight.
All right, my name is Mr. Cognac, and here's my connections. Maurice Anderson, Jada Diaz, Bella Flizram, Michael Gauger, Logan Liddell, Sam Mall, Poppy McCauley, Max Minter, Miranda Mortensen, Ethan Reamer, Nolan Rule, Benji Wagner, William Waldvogel, and Jaron Wicker. Turn around and wave, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mrs. Cognac, and here are my connections. I have Brooke Andre, Caleb Benning, Tanner Berman, Lila Blasco, Kaden Brian. All those people want you to pick up your backpack from my room after class. Jordan Elsner, Ivan Homily, Lily Carnes, Brady Mamero, Cassidy Moore, Connor Murphy, Caleb Schmidt, Anna Schwantes, Sebastian Sumpampakti, Natalie Swenson, and Kate Thorne.
Give a little wave. Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Howard. My connections: Jameson Rindy, Aiden Skolma, Christian Elliott, Nolan Erfurth, Leo Carlos, Timothy Grice, Matthew Schultz, Devin Howard, Gianna Golseth, Gadisa Cobernis, Evelyn Lavoie, I'm sorry. Makira Hamilton, Brendan Simmons. Yeah, Brendan. And Leo Golden. Is that everybody? Give a wave.
Good afternoon. I'm Mr. Marr. My connections group for this year: Andy Carcano on the bass, Grant Carr, we'll be naming the rest of the band shortly. Seth Cather, Gabe Klain, Josh Martinson, Isla McConnell, Cato Mickelson, Bryn Niemeyer, Kenna Port, Isla Recklitz, Sienna Starno, James Shervin, Livia Steina, Austin Vaughn, and Leo Wojczenski. All right, now.
All right. I'm Dr. Malloy, and these are the algebras. All right. Livia Adams, Hunter Bavery, Jackson Clunn, Samuel Henke, Andrew Yachman, Matthew Johnson, Caden Cruiser, Noah Mora, Rowan Nelson, Jameson Nowak, Robert Outhouse Sealing, Ethan Pagels, Sophie Pieper, Henry Rothering, Annabelle Suarez, and Colin Timmerman.
Alarm set for the end of 7th period. I'm Mr. Stansfield, and these are my panda stands. We can't win any points on Kahoot, but we're a pretty awesome group. Ruben Borman, Caroline Canny, Lila Davis, Alexis Field, Mallory Ingham, Zoe Johnson, Autumn Leiser, Anthony Norton, Olivia Olson, Chloe Omenson, Kaylee Radke, Gus Sampson, Gavin Smith, Emma Spink, and Isaiah Williams.
All right, I'm Mr. Sims, and this is my connections, Sims Playtime. Aaliyah Kaya, Carson Sheremy, Sophia Dyer, Chase Fisher, Cody Friend, Karthik Konduri, Riley Myers, Shirley, Anna Palacios Osman, Eddie Salgado, Nick Schlitsky, Dylan Dillybar Stickelstead, and Chase Venden.
All right, I'm not going to be busting out the nicknames, but I'm Miss Winicky, and this is my connections. We've got Nash Bean, Lily Elmer, Azul Gonzalez Aguilar, Lisha Graves, Ani Jameson, Kyler Keogh, Brett Mancusi, Anthony Martinez, Madeline Knott, Paige O'Kane, Yair Ortega, Mackenzie Penley, Karen Ramirez. Hi, Danica. Jacqueline Shalitsky, and Brock Thompson.
And last but not least, I am Miss Weiss, and, second to last but not least, according to Mr. Z. And my connections, AKA Weiss's pieces, consisted of June Berquist, Rebecca Cooper, Alondra Brito, Elijah Herrick, Christopher Hessler, Parker Hafen, Preston Huber-Maurer, Mason Chrysler, Sana McCoy, Natalie Reineck, Sadie Rogers, Hunter Schmidt, Cash Weaver Larson, and Colton Wendt.
Good afternoon, everyone, and on behalf of Ms. Schmidt, I'm going to introduce her connections. Juliana Bruchot, John Shepach, and Dawson Zantow.
All right, one more round of applause for our 8-0 scholars. Our next musical performance is brought to you by our 8th grade orchestra. They will be performing a piece called How Far I'll Go.
Testing, testing. instead. At the edge of the water, as long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I tread, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know, where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'll be satisfied if I play along, but the voice inside sings a different song. What is wrong with me? See the light as it shines on the sea, it's blinding, and no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me and let me know how far I'll go.
At this time, we are going to ask 8M Connections teachers to line up in alphabetical order so we can recognize the 8M team.
All right, we're going to introduce Connections for 8M. I'm Mr. Rockwell, and I'm here for Miss Carlson. She says this is the best connection she's ever had, and she's a little devastated that she can't be here today, but I'm going to fill in the best I can. So when I call your name, please stand up, and please turn around and face your adoring crowd. They don't want to see your back, so please turn around and take a look. So Seth Bartline. Stand up, turn around, he's not here. Charlotte Getzlaff. Vincent Halverson. Skylar Henriksen. Yep, stay standing and face your audience. Livia Howard. Raymond Hutchinson. Jakayla Jackson. Bo Jacobs. Felix Kaiser. Apollo Marks. Tobias Peterson. Annabelle Prost. And Owen Wakash. All right, that's Miss Carlson's connections. Give him a hand.
I'm Mr. Faulkner. Usually I don't have problem being loud enough. Hopefully you can hear in the back. Had a great connections this year. We did a lot of fun things with this group. So with further ado, Grace Burning, Ava Butzik, Ella Cox, Ethan Craig, Cole Davenport, Owen Foffel, Claire Gabriel, Nisio Kelly, Alex Nelson, Mika Relia, Oslin Red, Brock Roberts, Jacob Schultz, Joey Snow, and Brianna Stefile.
Hello, I'm Mr. Fisher, and my connections knows what I like about them. That's not true. Connor Chancellor, Everett Damon, Evan Fay, Wynn Frieders, Jacob Hensel, Brady Hook, Desmond Kingsley, Gwen McCullum, Nathan Polachek, Maddie Ricker, Eiley Schlesinger, Tegan Schonecker, easy, Tanner Tavort, Ava Wink, and Chloe Zagrodnik.
Hi, I'm Miss Haddon. All right. Leah? Iona Juvenile. Molly Lance. Gavin McGee. Mia Newberg. Landon Odegaard. Maddie Obliger. Maddie Outhouse. Manasi Pasham. Quinn Rave. Parker Riedel. Riley Roth. Will Schmidt. Sean Sutter. And Cameron White.
I'm Mr. Kissling, Aurora Arts, Keegan Barnett, Elise Block, Ella Carlson, Tayden Fegerstead, Vaughn Cavala, Jamison Odell Sharp, Bryson McGann, Connor Metters, Zach Netin, Kelvin Pettit, Kylie Stefanacek, Emma Taylor, Jack Vogel, and Kira Zimmerman.
I'm Mrs. Krukus, and I had the pleasure of having these students in my connections. Barrett Anderson, Logan Baverstock, Madison Bloomer, Danica Crary, Ashlyn Ellert, Tristan Gavin, Caleb Geezy, Lincoln Hoy, Weston Kipp, Reese McCabe, Trevor Maring, Riley Olson, Benjamin Schutz, Livy Vondra, Pavel Voronstov.
All right, I'm Miss Lund. Here we go, my connections. Cameron Altschaffel, Willa Beck, Naomi Clayton, Ari Dellinger, Grace Healy, Cole Hussey, Jack Higgins, Duncan Kosherik, Liam McAllister, Adrian Ocampo, Avery Prescott, Noah Russell, Landon Schultz, and Ethan Wilcox.
Okay, here's the Mr. Mitchell connection team. Alexis Anderson, Bean Dish, Sanaya Jackson, Peyton Cradaville, Oliver Lenhair, Josiah Michaels, Madeline Mim, Skylar Miller, Fatima Ortega, Dawson Peterson, Peyton Skaggs, Kai Vondra, Trey Zerwick, and Nathan Zweig.
I am Miss Miller, and this is my connections. Andrew Adcock Sanfilippo, Jaden Buckingham, Jaden Bundy, Peyton Dan, Ethan Dish, John Flores Larson, Landon Gladden, Braden Hermsdorf, Andrew Lyon, Raina Morel, Mia Sodeman, Dakota Swenson, James Wanta, and Jackie Welp.
All right, Miss St. Clair's connections. Olive Anderson, Ben Baker, Alex Belo, Braden Evans, JJ Fossler, Olivia Gempler, Dana McCoy, Sam Siggett, Cadence Sullivan, Ian Swenson, Nathan Tofty, Ian Torgeson, JJ Lataggio, and Bryn Wanabo.
All right, I'm Miss Walker, and these are the Walksters. Tay Alling, Lila Crowley, Lily Davidson, Connor Donahue, Kennedy Ferris, Mac Holker, Mason Hoffer, Krish Kumar, Cameron Lang, James Meacher, Dougie Parson, and the incredible Ash Prost.
applause for our 8M students. I introduce to you our second and final student speaker, Vinnie Halverson.
On December 12th, 2019, multiple people in Wuhan, China contracted an unknown virus. By the end of January of 2020, the first recorded case of the mystery virus in the United States was documented. Keep in mind that every student you see here was a 6th grader at that time. Finally, on Friday, March 13th, 2020, the Oregon School District would cancel classes for the rest of the week. Those weeks soon ended up in seeing each other through a screen for the rest of the year. Although we were virtually connected through Google Meets and Zoom calls, we weren't truly connected. So, when the year came to a close, instead of celebrating our move to OMS, we just signed off our Google Meets, closed our Zoom calls, and began the summer. The following year, we began virtually. Our days were changed from walking into class every morning to logging into a Google Meet. This became the new normal until early February. Then, some of us went back to school in person, but it still wasn't the same. We had to be distanced and masked up at all times. We left school before lunch, so our days didn't feel close to normal. The year ended, but this time in a more ordinary fashion than the previous year. In all respects, however, this was not normal. Finally, we come to this year. As we began, we were still socially distanced with masks on. However, we could eat lunch in our cafeteria with our friends. On March 1st of 2022, we were able to take our masks off and stop social distancing altogether. This was a shock to us because we were recognizing people by half of their face. The next step in our story is today. Today marks the end of an abnormal time in our school career. But before I make this speech sound too sad and depressing, you have to remember how truly resilient we are. We were able to adapt to being taught virtually. Then we were able to adapt to learning in an environment that was a physical space, but with some twists, like masks and social distancing. Then, this past year, we were able to adapt to being students in real school environments again. We got to see each other's faces instead of just their eyes. We were also able to adapt to having longer school days. A change from a 4-hour day to an 8-hour day is a large change for us. We were able to deal with any change that the world threw at us, and that shows how strong we truly are. We have accomplished something that no other generation in history has been able to accomplish. The struggle of overcoming this monumental task has turned us into different people. We are not the same students that we were at the end of 6th grade. We've grown and changed and learned so many things along the way. Now, looking across a gym that is filled with students and people, it is in stark contrast to that same gym 2 short years ago. We must remember that if we can overcome the challenges of a worldwide pandemic, we can overcome any challenge that life throws at us. The pandemic has given us many opportunities to learn about the world and have new experiences that make us who we are today. We will be entering high school with more knowledge of what real life is like. We will know how to deal with any problem that life throws at us. So now, we must look forward to where we are going, but also remember to look back at where we came from, remembering the people and places that shape the people we are now. Those people and places will change how we will act at the high school. And for that, we are forever grateful.
All right, I was not supposed to be up here again, but I made a mistake. And y'all, one of the things you're gonna learn in life is that when you make mistakes, learn from it and do better. Christina Garcia, you have a special place in my heart. She's in my connections. Thank you.
All right, we are going to close our ceremony today with a video slideshow of images, a collage from the year. Everyone around here knows that I'm notorious for taking lots of pictures, so we'll share some of those in a minute. Before we do that, however, a few directions for closing things out today. First off, students, if you have adults in the audience with you today, you are free to leave with them at the end of the ceremony, okay? If you need to go back to your lockers or classrooms, that's fine, but visitors, we're gonna ask that you stay in the gym or meet your student outside, that we don't go back into the rest of the building because our 7th graders still have classes until 3:50. If you are not leaving with a home adult or a parent or guardian, 8th graders, we ask that you stay in the gym until 3:50. Okay, but otherwise you're free to go. Buses will be at their usual time. I want to thank all of you again for being with us here today. I think you saw through the music and the speakers and the energy and the pink flamingo, the creativity and energy that this class has. It has been an honor to serve as your principal the last 2 years, and on behalf of the entire middle school staff, we wish you all the best of luck on your journey to high school. We know you're going to do great things. A round of applause for our 8th graders. It's going to take me just a second to switch over the video, but so that you can see the video better, we are going to turn off the lights. So it's going to get really dark in here for a little bit. Warning.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. God grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of these times and always mine. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. It's at the time of your life. Take the photographs and still your mind. Hanging on a shelf in tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. Through what it's worth, all the while. Unpredictable, but in the end is right. You at the time of your life. Time on top of the I'm trying to cut these corners, trying to take the easy way. I kept on falling short of something. I couldn't give up then, but then again I couldn't help it. I've traveled all this way for something. Take it, but don't look down.